I'm Steve Jasper and I'm the jet lag guy. Welcome to this week's episode of Jet Lag in the News. First off, from Luxembourg, and I finally got to use the Luxembourg intro for the first time. The General Court of the European Union has ruled that you cannot call a brand of cosmetics jet lag. The court decided that the term is descriptive and the European Union has a strict approach that common experiences such as jet lag cannot be used as trademarks in cosmetics. Other common experiences that cannot be used as comedic name, including stubbing your toe, missing the train, and that should have been an email. At Alexandra Palace in London, composer Alex Richter performed an 8.5-hour live music show called Sleep Running Through the Night, where audience members get a bed instead of a seat. While it's popular, the logistics are tricky. The venue has to stay open for 24 hours for several days, and you need to get a lot of beds into a concert hall. It's very expensive to make it happen. The composer himself prepares for the performances by giving himself social jet lag so he can stay up all night and not fall asleep during the performance, because that would be awkward. Also awkward, I can understand audience members falling asleep during the performance. There are, after all, lots of beds. But what happens if someone starts snoring? Now to a bit of research. In research out of Texas, scientists have discovered a protein that binds to adrenaline that regulates the immune system. We have known for some time that the immune system is regulated by the circadian rhythm and that it's best to receive vaccination in the morning. We now have another piece of the puzzle that this adrenaline binding protein is linked to the circadian rhythm. Also out of Texas, researchers are looking at chronotype, whether you're an owl or a fowl, in patients with pulmonary hypertension. It's a serious disease that affects sleep duration and social jet lag, and social jet lag was, quote, associated with a low risk of disease progression and more severe signs of right ventricular dysfunction. Also out of the United States, the chemotherapy drug paclitaxel, also known as Taxol, disrupts the circadian rhythm. Paclitaxel was originally extracted from the Pacific yew, a plant that is listed as near threatened in its native habitat of northwest US and western Canada. We now know that this drug can disrupt the body's circadian rhythm. Last bit of research, and there have been found to be cognitive benefits derived from walking in nature. We know that jet lag has a negative impact on cognitive function. That's why your thinking can be so cloudy after a long-distance flight. It's a bit like being drunk, really. If you go for a walk in nature when you arrive at your destination, not only using sunlight to overcome your jet lag, but you've got nature also supporting your cognitive function. So it's win-win. This has come up a bit in my feed, although it isn't really breaking news. There's advice not to use sleeping tablets when flying long haul. There are some good reasons for that. Firstly, if it's your first time with these sleeping tablets, you should never take anything for the first time at 30,000 feet. If you have some sort of reaction, such as an allergy, you're at 30,000 feet. Secondly, if you stay too still for too long on a long-distance flight, you're at risk of developing deep vein thrombosis. And the sleep you get on the plane might actually cause problems for your circadian rhythm. And about festival jet lag. People go to music festivals, stay up all night, and get social jet lag. Researchers from the Netherlands gave questionnaires to festival goers and a simulated driving test, while asking about the use of alcohol and other substances. They were also raising awareness of the term sleep drunk, which is a useful term, particularly in jet lag. Quote, suppose you have slept for 6 hours, then on average that is equivalent to the effect of 2 glasses of alcohol. And if you sleep for only 3 hours, that is the equivalent to 4 or 5 glasses. We have tried to explain the term sleep drunk as clearly as possible. If you have any questions or want to know more about what I do, check out my website at www.jetlagguy.com. jetlag.com.au. There's another book on the way, and you'll be the first to know when it's released. And that's this week's Jet Lag in the News. I'm Steve Jasper, aka the Jet Lag Guy.